Travis Bagent is not only arm wrestling at the next East versus West event, but he's taking matches left, right and center. And the arm wrestlers that have met Travis in past 3 or 4 months, they have been saying constantly that this time it's different. This time Travis is not in it just for the money. It's much more than that. He genuinely wants to defeat some people and prove to himself and the arm wrestling community that he's still got it. And I genuinely hope that this is going to be the case in the near future. The Sergey Kalinichenko right arm super match is going to happen at the next East versus West event. But other than that, on July 20, Travis announced an event at Salt Lake City, Utah, where he will be facing Cody Spur Merritt. Cody is arguably the #1 left arm guy in North America. We can say that Corey West defeated him in a super match, but later on Cody defeated Corey in a tournament, and tournament wins are not something that we can completely ignore. So he has the latest win. We can say that Devon definitely has the potential and the abilities to beat Cody, but until proven otherwise, I think it would be fair to assume that Cody Merritt is the best guy in North America, and that's the spot that Travis will be fighting for. And even if Cody is number 3 or number 2, even then if Travis is able to win that match, that will definitely give him the chance to have a match straight up against Devon Larratt on the left arm in the Orlando, Florida August East versus West event. And that's what we all are looking for. Me personally, I would say that Travis will have absolutely almost no chances of defeating Devon, but I hope he gives him a good match. I hope he defeats Cody Merritt. On the same day, John Brzezinski will be facing Artem Ternenko on the left arm. John's left used to be good back in the days. I'm not sure how good it is right now, but for sure I will have Artem Ternenko as a favorite in this match. And somewhere around that time in Kansas City event, Travis is going to have a right-handed super match against Don Underwood as well. So that's how many matches Travis has already planned. Almost 4 matches, and people are saying that elbows will be flying everywhere in this match, and I do completely agree with that. It will be really difficult to watch, but let's first hope that these matches happen and Travis doesn't cancel all of them, because that is a possibility. Devon Larratt once again for the 3rd time confirmed the Brian Shaw collaboration, and this time he has booked the tickets as well. He didn't mention the exact date of the collaboration and the duration in terms of how many days they are going to be together, but we know from the past that it is going to happen in the 1st or maybe 2nd week of June. I think it was the 1st week of June. So we will have a keen eye on that, and the arm wrestling community is welcoming Brian Shaw as it should, but sometimes me personally, I think it kind of shows the desperation in arm wrestling community whenever we almost beg a celebrity to try arm wrestling, to come into our sport. And that probably shouldn't happen, but at the same time, we should be thankful for the circumstances that Brian Shaw's boxing match got cancelled, and that's why he probably saw no other better option than arm wrestling. And let's see if he likes arm wrestling more than boxing. People are saying that Brian Shaw is someone who can become the best guy in the world in many sports. I think a 25-year-old Brian Shaw could have done that, but a 42-year-old Brian Shaw, I really don't think so. But the potential is definitely going to be great. It's just a matter of time until we see how smooth he can really get on the table. The strength will be there, but does he have the strength in terms of arm wrestling specific areas, the torque that is needed, the side pressure that is needed? It is completely different than strongman competitions. This is what Michael Todd said about Brian Shaw's potential in the sport. People keep saying that in 12 months he's gonna beat Levan. It's ridiculous. It makes me laugh. If he goes that way, he's gonna get injured in training itself. He has one of the best grip strengths in the world. He just needs to stick to one coach like Devon or someone else for 5-6 months. He should not do the mistake that Larry did with taking advices from so many people. One thing is for sure, that unlike boxing, the arm wrestling community is not going to cancel matches on Brian Shaw. Or maybe we will, because 2024 has been a season of match cancellations. Speaking of which, let's talk about a potential match that could have happened, but it didn't because Ermes Gasparini didn't want it to happen. The match that we are talking about is Ermes Gasparini versus Alex Kurdecha. So we all know that Denis Siplenkov pulled out of the King of the Table 11 match due to health reasons, and King of the Table and all of the fans were looking for a replacement, but not Ermes Gasparini. He wanted the opponent to be Denis Siplenkov, and that match is postponed. He's looking forward to that match in maybe 2-3 months from now, which I believe is going to be difficult because Dennis will be having a surgery. So this was the match that was desired by Kurdecha as well, Ermes versus Kurdecha. This is what Alex said. For me, it was a great opportunity because Ermes is higher than me in the ranks. I have an interest to pull with him. He's a friend of mine. I also understand him totally because he was prepared for that one match which he really want. And Alex believes that it's Ermes Gasparini's aim to have 2 matches. First one is the Denis Siplenkov match, and after he beats him, then goes straight for Levan. And Alex himself was not fitting in that journey, in that way to the top of the mountain. And he believes it's reasonable for Ermes to not accept this super match. Even I would have said so if I knew that Ermes thinks he cannot beat Alex. But I have talked personally with Ermes almost a year ago, and he genuinely believes that he can defeat Alex Kurdecha without much problem. That's why I think he should have taken this match. I am not a big believer in taking super matches that are too difficult for you, that you cannot win. But this, according to Ermes and according to me as well, is not a match that Ermes cannot win. People are saying that it was too much of a risk. The Levan match will be off if Ermes loses this match, which I kind of agree with. But Ermes doesn't believe that he can lose to Alex Kurdecha. So that's why it is kind of a surprise to me that he did not take this match. Of course, King of the Table were kind of helpless in that situation. They would have really and desperately wanted Ermes to accept this super match, but he didn't. So it is what it is. It's Ermes Gasparini's priority, and I think we should totally respect that. But at the same time, in my mind, it would be much more wiser for Ermes to go straight for Levan than go through Denis Siplenkov first, because Ermes versus Levan is much more closer than Ermes versus Denis Siplenkov. Kurdecha also commented about Devon Larratt versus Levan Saginashvili super match. Devon was the closest to Levan Saginashvili. I believe Devon is in the best shape of his life. Levan was stronger, but I believe Devon was the closest to Levan on that day. So this makes me wonder if he's talking about himself as well, if he's giving us some hint as to what he felt from Devon, if he genuinely believes that Devon would defeat Alex Kurdecha in a super match. Well, Alex is someone who wouldn't really say that I can beat a particular guy, so nothing that we can take away from this, but maybe he really felt Devon's strength level, and it is genuinely above Kurdecha as of now. This past Friday, Sarah Backman got defeated at the North American Invitational Women's 155 plus pound round robin event. There were 11 rounds, everyone faced everyone, and Sarah got defeated only by Jocelyn Brisson, who went on undefeated to win this tournament. Angie Rose came in third. Now some of you might be saying, well, where's the surprise in that? She is clearly bigger than Sarah, and she clearly brought her right arm from Lachlan Adair for that particular event. Well, both of these are right, but it was an open class, and maybe there were only 3 other women in this whole world who could have done to Sarah what Jocelyn did that day. Barbora, Gabriela and Agle Vetkute. So what is the level of this woman? We have never seen her on the bigger stage. Let's hope she does some amazing stuff and keeps on shocking people in the future as well.